it's for comment.
This is John Phil. I'm back with Access Arts Live after this concert with the Royal Stockholm Phil. And we have some people who are at the concert. And I was already chatting at the intermission with a couple of guys from Germany, and I got their impressions. Would you be interested in giving me your impressions of the concert tonight?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, first.
Say some brief words, yeah.
I will.
I'm not very good at commenting, but I can give what I experienced.
Just whether you enjoyed it and what you enjoyed about it.
Yeah.
And I can help you out by asking you some questions.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so first, who are you?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Sebastian.
Okay, and you're?
I'm John Nala.
Okay, and I'm John Paval. I'm with Access Arts Live.
Nice to meet you.
How do you do? So,
good.
So you're friends with one of the musicians,
right?
A symphony. Okay, now,
conductor, in fact, even the conductor, in fact. Yeah.
Are you from Jönköping?
No, I'm from Stockholm, but I live in Arvika, and he lives in Arvika too.
And he lives in Arvika too. Okay, yeah, because I know that he's been a conductor in Jönköping and all of that too. He, very much in the heart of Sweden.
Right.
So a good guy to have doing an extremely Swedish program.
Yes, most certainly. Yeah.
Were you familiar with the first composer, Alfred?
Yeah, of course, Alfred Andrén. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
why do you say I've got? Wait, were you familiar with her?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, are you musicians or what?
Yes, we are.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. So now I understand. What did you think? Did you know?
Wonderful.
Do you know that piece?
Not specifically that piece, but I found that piece was really a wonderful start of the concert. I mean, it was so beautiful and easily accessible, very easy and light music.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just beautiful, right? So it just puts the audience in a very, and also the orchestra and the conductor in a very good mood for the next piece that was premiered today, actually. So,
yeah, I think that what was interesting is that both pieces, both Andreas and Larsen Goetz, probably had not been heard by anybody in the office.
Yeah.
So it's like an old piece that nobody knows and a totally new piece that nobody could know. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. What I thought, and you're a musician, so you're musicological, and I'm not. What I thought of that music was that it really, to me, sounded like 30s and 40s film music.
The Max Larsen Goethe.
No, the first piece.
The first one. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It sounded to me like the kind of soundtracks you would have in 30s and 40s films in which it wasn't very complicated. It was based on a simple theme that was then restyled in different ways with different emotion. And so I was wondering if she was influenced by Nielsen, because a lot of Nielsen's music sounds like cinema music.
Right. I think it's about the Nordic music in general, because if you look at Grieg, if you look at Sibelius, look at Alfred Andrén. I mean, I think the Nordic composers are really inspired by the natures here. You know, it's like it varies so much. If you look at the fjords of Norway and the flatness of Denmark,
and so that's what creates that. Okay, at least to that kind of music. Okay, then. All right, then. So let's then talk about the Larsen Goetz. I understand that when you refer to him, you don't just refer to him as Goetz. It's Larsen Goetz.
Yeah.
It's the double name. Okay, I have learned that. What did you think of that? Did you understand the structure of that piece?
Well, I think it's the first time I heard it.
Yes.
I think, structure-wise, perhaps, yes. But it was, I mean, first of all, the piece was wonderful, I think. And I think Tolle played absolutely beautifully. And no, I think
it was composed for him to play.
Right.
What do you expect?
Structure was kind of easy to understand. I mean, this is why this piece was so genius, because it was easy to understand. And, to compose something new like this, I mean, and to make the audience to, understand the tonal stuff.
All right. Now, then I want to ask you, since you're a musician, you're musicological, there was one passage where I completely forgot all about the cello, and that it had anything to, because the entire string section, violins, violas, cellos, and the bass, they were all plucking the strings. And it wasn't just for a few measures. They plucked the strings for a page or so. It went on. And I was just watching an orchestra plucking strings. I don't even know if the cello was playing at that time. I have no recall of it.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It's like there's the cello and the orchestra.
Yeah, but have you seen that or heard that in other people? I know you haven't heard it in traditional music, but are there other contemporary composers who've done that with all the strings?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, there must be. I mean, there's like in the last movement of the Steinhammer Symphony, there was also like the
Yeah, there was. Yeah, and I thought that was.
Yeah,
I thought it was
it's
very unusual. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing for Larson Goltz to do. Come on, we're in 2025. But Steinhammer, I didn't know he'd be that. But you know what? The Steinhammer reminded me a lot of Tchaikovsky.
Yeah,
That third movement with all that like waltz rhythms, that was just Tchaikovsky.
Yeah, I see the similarities.
Yeah, and I shouldn't say this, but if I were like his composition teacher, I would have said to him, start over, make the third movement your first movement, and then go from there. And I think it would have been a clearer symphony. It was, to me, it was a little reminiscent of Mahler. And I don't like Mahler because I can't keep track of what's going on. There's all these great melodies and themes going on. And wait, where did that one go? And what is this one for? And, you know, and I got a sense of that with Steinhammer, but not in the same way. You know,
the complexity, perhaps.
Yeah,
it
was more complexity.
At the same time, and the contrapunt.
Yeah. It didn't seem like chaos. Mahler, to me, you get into the middle of the second movement of anything he writes, and it's just chaos. I don't know what's happening anymore. I didn't feel that with the Steinhammer, but I did feel like, well, wait, what is this piece? And what I think is strange about that is what I've read is that in working on the Second Symphony, he was striving to find himself and express himself in the music. So I would have expected it to be tighter, unless he was a very complicated person.
Well, it was as you read about, perhaps the Second Symphony was not happy with it. So after he heard Sibelius' symphony, so perhaps he was a person with a lot of opinions, a lot of thoughts, and a lot of self-doubt.
But you liked it, and did you think Gustafsson did a good job?
Yeah, phenomenal job.
I thought
great conductor.
I was watching him conduct, and I was thinking, you know, everybody isn't going to be the conductor of the New York Phil.
Right.
You know, you can be conducting at the Jönköping Sinfonietta and be doing a great job, and that you're not with the Stockholm Symphony or, you know, the Orchestre National de Paris or the Berlin Phil. That doesn't mean that you're not doing great work.
No, every orchestra needs a great conductor. So
yeah. So I thought he did fine. Well, you could also tell at the end he was exhausted. He just said, give it all. It was like, listen, thanks a lot for the little chat. And I hope our viewers will enjoy that we gave them some real musicological kind of feedback that I couldn't do. I'll take off now. Yeah. You can look us up. He knows how to find Access Arts Live now, so you can look us up and find the video because it'll be on replay.
Ask you,
yes.
Have you been recording also in?
Oh no, absolutely not. No, only outside.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a recording outside on the steps of the concert hall. And then I did one during intermission. Yes, no, because you can't do that. And that's live streamed anyway. People don't need the live stream of that. What I'm providing is, and it's kind of as an example to the symphonies, why not? You know, when the concert house is live streamed, yeah, sure. Why not, instead of putting on a recording, you know, a stage television recording, have someone in the lobby talking with people who are here and give people more the experience of being.
Are you a journalist?
No, I run an online service in which we promote. It's called Access Arts Live, and we promote all the live streaming of the performing arts that's going on. So tonight there was this concert here being live streamed. Ryan Bancroft was in Sweden, was in Finland with the what's it called, the something Sinfonietta, who's conducting there. Then the Rai Orchestra down in Turin, Italy, they were live streaming, and the Teatro Regio di Parma in Parma, Italy, was live streaming La Boheme, and there was a Baroque group in New York City live streaming at the same time. So there's all this live streaming going on, and people don't know about it. What I do is I do an online service where we tell people about it. But when I'm in town, and this concert was live streamed, so people could watch my live stream before it and after it and get a sense of what it's like to be in the actual concert hall. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Bye. So that's that. And there we got asked twice by the people working here whether we were filming in the concert hall, but I wouldn't do that. So I hope you have enjoyed the pre-concert talk, the intermission chat, and the after-concert chat, because I managed to get other people to give you their views and their reactions, and hope gave you a sense of what can be done with the live streaming of the performing arts to give you more a sense of being there, at the event yourself, rather than just watching some staged, partly recorded television production. So before I leave you, I'll just give you a brief shot of, here's the main floor area where people hang out, have snacks and things like that for the concert. This is John Paval with Access Arts Live, encouraging you, if you watch this on Facebook, click the like button. If you're watching on YouTube, please click subscribe. And if you're watching on any of our other platforms, we're very happy that so many of you like our videos, but we'd be even happier if you would follow or subscribe to us on our other platforms, which are X, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and LinkedIn. You have a great evening. I may be back tomorrow with highlights for the weekend to recommend what to check into on the weekend. If not, I'll see you next time I'm live streaming.